By the time we reach episode 9 of Star Trek Starfleet Academy, the writers clearly want you to feel like the stakes are exploding. Omega weapons, Federation fleets trapped, a massive crisis unfolding. This is supposed to be the big escalation before the finale. Instead, what we got is one of the most bizarre combinations of tone, plotting and logic this show has delivered so far. Because somehow, in the same episode, this show managed to jungle a Klingon friendship ceremony, a search for missing mother, Omega-level galactic catastrophe, and a group of cadets running around like it is still a freshman orientation. Let's unpack this disaster. The episode opens with cadets forming a chosen family, yes, a Klingon-inspired bonding ritual when everyone declares their emotional loyalty to each other. Now let's pause. This is supposed to be a Starfleet Academy, the institution that trains the officers who command starships across the galaxy. And instead of focusing on command training, tactical development or leadership discipline, we're doing a friendship ceremony. And the show treats this moment like it's some emotional heart of a story, but here's the problem. The characters haven't actually been through enough together to earn that level of loyalty. So it feels less like a natural bond and more like a writer's telling you how you're supposed to feel. Now we get to the big threat. The villain Braca deploys Omega technology, and for anyone who knows Star Trek lore, that's a huge deal. Omega molecules are so dangerous they can destroy subspace itself. In classic Trek, the mere detection of Omega triggers top secret emergency protocols. Entire fleets mobilize. Captain receives orders directly for Starfleet command, but here the response feels weirdly casual. Instead of focusing on a massive galactic implication of Omega destabilizing subspace, the episode quickly shifts back to the cadets' personal drama. It's like the writers wanted to use huge piece of Trek lore but didn't want to deal with the consequences of how big that threat actually is. Next, Caleb decides to search for his mother. He didn't check messages from the time that she escaped the prison because he's a genius. This is a personal storyline that's been building all season, fair enough, except the way it happens is so ridiculous. Instead of trained officers handling the situation, a group of cadets basically launches their own unauthorized mission, and somehow they manage to reach an alien world, locate the person they're searching for, and trigger a major chain of events. This keeps happening in this show. Cadets repeatedly end up driving galactic scale plot development, not admirals, not captains, not intelligent agencies, cadets. It makes the entire Federation looks incompetent. When Caleb finally reunites with his mother, the show tries to deliver a big emotional turning point. He considers leaving Starfleet to stay with her. This is supposed to be a moment of character growth, but the emotional weight is undermined by everything happening around it, because remember, while this personal drama is unfolding, a villain has just deployed one of the most dangerous technologies in the entire Star Trek universe. The stakes are cosmic, but the focus keeps snapping back to small-scale melodrama. The tonal clash is impossible to ignore. Then comes the big cliffhanger. Braca traps the Federation fleet with Omega mines, which should be a terrifying scenario. If Omega detonates, it could permanently destroy subspace travel in the region. That's catastrophic. Entire sectors could become unreachable, civilization could be cut off forever, and the only ship outside the minefield, the USS Athena, which conveniently contains our cadets, because of course it does. The universe bends itself around these characters at the very opportunity. Episode 9 tries to be at the moment when everything explodes, the penultimate escalation, the setup for massive finale. Instead, it highlights the core problem of this entire show. The scale of this threat is keep getting bigger, but the storytelling keeps getting smaller. Massive Star Trek concepts like Omega molecules are used as a background decoration. Cadets keep solving problems that should require entire fleets, and emotional arcs are forced into a situation where the tone doesn't match the stakes. At this point, the show isn't just inconsistent, inconsistent. It's confused about what it wants it to be, and episode 9 might be the clearest example of that yet.